All right, we're back. This time we're going to show you a design of an aquaponic system. The difference in an aquaponic system and a hydroponic system is you add in fish to make your fertilizer instead of a bag of fertilizer, a concentrated fertilizer. This is the fish tank. This is where the fish is going to be, right here. We're going to pump the water out the fish tank through a mechanical filter. That mechanical filter will filter all that water and goes down into this container here. Once that container reaches a certain height, it will overflow into our grow bed. This is where our plants are going to grow here. And the reason why we hadn't put anything in here, we want to explain one more important thing to you. Once that water filters over into here, that's clean water from there. It get a certain height, and then it's going to use what we call a bell siphon. This is a bell siphon. This bell siphon works. Once that water reaches up to the top of this downspout, it will suck all that water back down into the fish tank by using what they call a bell siphon. This is a bell siphon. You can design this thing out of PVC plastic. All this come out of Home Depot and Walmart, wherever you buy your plastic at. This is a 3-inch piece of pipe with a cap on it. This is a 4-inch piece of pipe. You can cut some slits in this and drill some holes in the bottom of that so it will create a suction. As the water gets to the top of that, it'll create a suction. That's the reason why it's called a bell siphon. Now, when we put this back over here, this thing here is just keep your medium or your rock from getting inside of your water. That's all that's just for. This right here is create the siphon. So that sets over there. And once it reaches up to a certain height, you see the water comes back to your fish tank. After it goes down to a certain level, it will cut that water off until it goes back up to a certain height in the downspout. So in a minute, you'll see this water cut off. This water will continue to run. When this water in this tank get up to a certain depth, a certain height, it'll siphon it back down. You see it cut off? That water cuts off. When it reaches another height again, when it reaches up to a point inside of here, it'll create a suction, a cycling they call it, and it'll start coming back to your fish tank again. So if you wait just a few minutes, then it'll start back again. It's kind of amazing, but that's the way it works. And you want to do that because you don't want your plant wet all the time. Some plants you can't keep the roots wet all the time. So this system here is called an aquaponic system. It's called a flood and drain system. Flood and drain, reason why they call it that, watch what it does. It's filling this tank up. It's going to drain this tank down to a level. In a few minutes, it'll come out. There it comes. It's going to drain it back down. Fill it up, it's going to drain it back down. That's what you call a flood and drain system. When it goes back down to a level, it shuts it off, it breaks the cycling, and it cuts the water off, and it fills it back up and creates the cycling again. Now this pump has a filter in it, so when we pump this water from the fish tank up to our mechanical filter here, it's already been filtered one time, this filtered the second time. So when it reaches over to your plants, you got clean water. It still got the nutrient in it, but it don't have all the fish poop and everything in it. It's clean water. And we'll take that apart in a minute and show you how that operates. Now, we take our clay pellets and put it in here, around here. This is our grow bed. It's just small, that's all. This is our grow bed. We put those pellets all the way around here, and we'll put our cups in it. That water will come up to a certain height in that cup, and then it'll drain back out. The only reason why we don't have it in there now is we're trying to explain to you about the bell siphon. You see the siphon is working again. while Self is filming that, I'm gonna put the clay pellets into the water. And we'll put our cups in it so you can see. We don't want no pellets over inside the bell cycle. It'll stop it up, it'll stop it from cycling. Set our cups in the grow bed. Now we're not putting it full because we want you to see how the water comes up to the bottom of the cup. You can put these cups at any depth that you want it. Now you see why I told you to wash your clay pellets. You can see the water change right there. Now you let it run a while, that filter will clean it. But that's why you need to wash your clay pellets. Okay. Now you see the water come up in your cup. Now it's gonna drain out. That means that plant root don't stay wet all the time. Some plants don't want their roots wet all the time. They quit growing. They drown them. Some do. You see the water coming back in your cup? They fertilize and they're giving the plant the nutrient they need, then they'll take it away. Take it away, and you can determine how long that water stay in there by putting a valve on your overflow from your mechanical filter. You can determine how long you want that to do. You might want a 10-minute interval, 15-minute interval for it to come back into the bottom of your cup and give it the nutrient. However you want it. It's just like putting an irrigation system in here. I just want to irrigate my plants every 15 minutes. That's what the bell cycling does. The only thing is, it's full of nutrient. Every time it come up, you got nutrient in that water. Before we disassemble this, we'll show you how that mechanical filter is operating. That's kind of amazing in itself. See it cut off again. So you're talking about 2 to 3 minutes interval before it comes back up again. You can change that to 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes by cutting the flow of this water down. Put a valve here and a valve here. You cut the flow of this water coming out your tank to your filter and cut it down here. So you got to adjust it to where you want it, to how long you want that water to stay on your roots of your plant. So now it's going to go back now. So the water comes up about halfway to the cup and it goes back. It cycles out. So whenever you're ready, Seth, we'll cut it off and we'll show them how to build that filter.